There we go again. It's a Friday. It's sunny by far. Hopefully we'll have a nicer and better weekend. Apart from rainy, gloomy. Laundry inside hanging of 7 people. To me that's a doom. It's really nice outside, you can see. And it feels good to be out. Today, for the first time in a while, I have come to manage to put my workout clothes, still fitting me after 5 kids, I have to say. Well, they're straight, but I remember using the same clothes with... Okay, so I'm gonna start talking about my workout, you guys. And I'm not trying to push or give credit to... Well, I will give credit to the guy, because he's awesome, but don't take it as she's gonna she wants to commercialize kind of thing. No, it's just me and my experience. Okay. So after my second baby was born, I don't remember, was it my sister or I got it, but I got the Insanity DVDs of Shanti, and that is solid 45 minutes workout. I did it after my second baby was born. I did it. I don't know how I did it, but I did it. Back then I was 30, 31 maybe the most, and so it felt so hard. I mean, I was sweating like a pig, and the 2 little boys was really hard, but I was committed, so I did it. Insanity was crazy workout, and it's a repetition that it escalates and it works out different parts of the body. The guy really knows what he's doing, because I saw results afterwards. After my 3rd baby was born, I was in really bad shape emotionally. I don't know what happened to me, but I didn't really recognize myself. It was just really bad and stressful, and just the whole idea to grasp that you're gonna have 3 boys one after another. It's just like I was thinking in my head, I don't wish that to my worst enemy. Not that I have any worst enemies, but I don't wish that to anybody. 3 boys one after another, like a year apart. Not a good idea. And so I took it really hard, and so workout helped. My sister got me the T25, which was cutting it into half, right? The time wise, I didn't have time anymore to do 45 minutes workout and the energy either. And you need both. You need time and energy. So 25 minutes I could manage, and I lost lots of weight, not only because of the workout. That just actually helped me keep my muscle going on, but I just lost lots of weight. I guess it was kind of creepy, because it was really bad. And then I didn't really gain much weight after. I remember my 3rd one was 2-year-old, and I kept every summer. Usually from spring to fall, I would do it. All the T25 has alpha and beta, and so I did the alpha a lot. In the beginning, I have like 0 encouragement to do it, so I don't really care if I do it right or not. But if I did like alpha, maybe 1 week course, and then break for a week, and then another week of alpha, and then if I would feel like I would push to beta. So I did it. I did multiple times, and it helped me feel better physically. But then it was a roller coaster emotionally, and my third baby turned 2, I started work. And when I started work and he started school, sorry guys, it's I'm passing by a tractor and he's half in the mud. Oh my gosh, it's really bad. He's in the mud. But anyway, so when I started work, we could save up for plane tickets. So we could all fly back to Bulgaria to see my parents. And my parents asked me, is everything okay with you? Are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm completely fine. Like, why wouldn't I be fine being home? And they're like, well, you're too skinny. Like my friend, I have like a friend or two left there. And they asked me, is everything okay with you? Like, do you have like a terminal disease of some sort? I'm like, what? Well, you're too skinny. And I was like, I don't know. I don't have any cancer, if that's what your concern is, but no, not that I know of. And so, yeah, so that's about it. And so I kept that shape for a long time until, when we went to Bulgaria. Anyway, so 4 years ago we went back to Bulgaria, and after that, that was in the summer, that was in August, and when we came back, in November, so we came back from Bulgaria, you guys, and I started doing the T25 again because I was like, well, wait, lots of good food there. I feel like I gained some, and it's not a really good feeling to feel like your stomach and kind of like bubbles kind of like sticking out. I just don't like that feeling, which I have right now too. But anyway, so there's a cat. So long story short, did you guys see the cat? You want to see the cat? It's a cute kitty. It's a cute kitty. Look, it's a white cat, tabby cat. Has 3 colors. It's so cute, isn't it? He just ate Japanese fruits called biwa, and she's looking at the kitty too. But there is a truck coming, so I have to move the stroller. Anyway, so the kitty is moving away. Anyways, long story short, I started doing T25, and I was also working. I was working back in September 1st. I was at work. And so we literally came back like 2 days before school started again, and we didn't even care about it. Like, just wanted to be away from here as fast as far as I can. So we rode with the normal days, and that's when I didn't know I was pregnant. And I started gaining weight, and I was like, wait, I feel heavy, and it was hard to chase the kids and play tag with them outside. But I still did. I just pushed myself hard, and I was like, well, I have to lose some weight. So I started doing 25, and I had here and there a few bleedings, and I was like, what is going on? Especially when you do those abdominal, like the abs, and when you work out with the arms and the legs and the abdominal area, and I was like, what's going on? I probably overdid it. And so I took it a little bit easier. I didn't do beta, I just did alpha all the time. And then I stopped because it was getting colder and I was getting busier, and it's just not a good experience and I just didn't have time in general. And so what I did was I stopped. And then in November, I had a miscarriage. It was like 3 months full, 12 weeks. But then I didn't care about the periods skipping, because it was like skipping anyways. After my third kid, was just like coming back to regular was hard, and so it was like it would skip some months, and because of the postpartum depression, that also very much affects the regulation of the period. So I had it hard sometimes. I skipped some months, so I was like, I was not really aware of, completely unaware of the fact that I was pregnant again until, you know, the cramps started and the bleeding started, and just went to the hospital after work on a Saturday. I think they told me I have a high level of this and this hormone. You are carrying. There was a fetus there, and I was like, okay. That I realized that's why I was bleeding when I was working out, and there were so many other red flags along the way, but I think I talked about that already before, and I don't want to talk much about it. It was just an emotional catastrophe, one I had to handle by myself as well. Always. I feel like in this country, I learned how to cope with pain and challenges by myself and without anybody around you, because your kids are too small and insensitive to that, and because you have a very insensitive and emotionally disattached spouse who cares about how to provide for the family, and that's it. I think that's how I would define it. And so, am I stronger? I feel like I am. So because I feel strong, you guys, I'm gonna go and climb the upper hill instead of going to this. I'm gonna go to the shade instead of the sunny. Oh, and also there is a track there, so I can't really go anyways. Never mind, I'm just gonna go here, challenge myself a little bit. So the next time I started doing T25, which is an amazing workout. I go to the point where I know what he's talking about, and every time when he's saying that Tanya was pregnant and she's like in a great shape, I cheer her up. But I know every time what he's saying now, so I just put it on loud music and I watch them and I copy. And I don't do it perfectly because I'm 40 now, but I try my best. He always says be in control of your body and do it in your own pace, so I do. But next time I did it after the miscarriage was honestly when those two were born. Because when I knew that I had twins in my body, I was like, oh yeah, that's it. There will be no workouts until they're out. So when they were out, and let's see, I waited for 2 months, I think, or 3, until the freaking cesarean had to stop hurting. And I'm pretty sure when they cut me down there, I think what he did probably, because it was bleeding like crazy, and I saw panic in their faces, and I saw my blood spilling like in a horror movie, like everywhere on my arms, and it was just really gross. So I think what they did is like I don't know what they did there, but I felt on the side of my legs, one of my legs, there was like no sensitivity and extreme pain, and I don't know if it was a nerve they touched or whatever, but it was unusual recovery. It was just like when I hear other people on YouTube how quickly they recover and how it's a piece of joke and they would do it again. I was like, well, I'm glad your doctor knew what he was doing, because this jerk that I had that was poking me every time when he was checking my baby's with an ultrasound with his pinky long nail, and I was like, I don't know why, but it hurts. And he's like, oh, that's my nail. And I was like, okay, should I cheer you up that you left it long for maybe 4 years without cutting it, or what the heck is that? And it was really uncomfortable, and I made it known. And anyways, not a good experience, don't want to think about it. But when they were born, I started working out again, and I remember the babies were like 3 months old at the least, so they were born in January. So February, March, April. In April, I would put them down on the floor on their futon after feeding them in the morning with their milk and stuff, and they would be taking a nap in the morning right after, and I would put them there, and they couldn't move back then, and they just watched me jumping all around. And I was starting with the alpha again, and then I did the beta, but my body was in ruins, you guys. I don't think I did the right thing because, oh, they're asleep. Oh, she's almost asleep. Oh, he's almost asleep to my cutie pie. I didn't do the right thing because my body was a wreck still. I mean, keep in mind, carrying twins is much harder than one baby. Every time I think about carrying two, taking care of two, I see a mom with one, I'm like, piece of cake. It's too easy. Maybe parents who have multiples and they see twins, they're like, oh, I wish we had only two. You know, like that's how it is, right? So long story short, I did what I had to do, but I was in a lot of pain and I didn't do it exactly the way they were doing it. But then I learned more to focus on the breathing and on the balance and on the certain muscles that the instructor talks about. And bless him, T25 and Shanti just about saved my body from completely getting ruined. I mentioned that before too. I couldn't get up without extreme sharp pain in my back. I did MRI. They didn't find anything. They probably a nerve was pinched while they were putting the catheter and for the painkiller for the next 6 days. There was a needle and a tube in my body and I didn't know. Anyways, so when I was doing T25, it was just helping me to kind of locate exactly the area where it was hurting and work out the muscles around it so that I could recover to some extent. And it's almost a year and a half now. In July will be a year and a half later. I still have pain and it hurts when I'm lying down. It hurts. When I'm up and about and I'm doing my, chores and stuff, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But once I get down and lie down and my body's flat on the futon on the floor, it hurts. I just cannot sleep on my back flat. Have to be curled on one side. And when I get up, it hurts. Nothing like before. Now I can handle it. This is just nothing. This is a joke. But it's still there. And I feel like when I work out, it hurts more. The day after, like tonight, when I go to bed and tomorrow morning when I wake up, it will hurt more, my back than normal because I've worked out the muscles there. But you know what? Ultimately, it feels better. It's 25 minutes workout and 5 minutes cool down. So you just stretch your legs and your body and your muscles afterwards. So it's altogether 30 minutes plus the shower. Just go at like 40 minutes altogether, everything. And so the babies know, and like now they got used to it. Like when they were small, they would just fall asleep, and I would sometimes it would be like so bad that I would have to nurse them, stop the workout, nurse them. They fall asleep and then I keep going. It was just really funny. Sweat and milk together. Ooh. Anyways, but they got used to it. They knew it, and they knew mommy was jumping around and I would turn around and I'll turn to them and make funny face and they would just giggle. It was just really so much fun. And I felt alive. When you move your body, you feel alive. And honestly, doing the 25 minutes is not fun at all. Not fun at all. You're just catching your breath and speed up for the cardio and whatever. But afterwards, like in the shower and afterwards, it just feels like stepping on clouds. It just feels so good. And so I did that. And I think I finished alpha and beta and then I just stopped. And started doing this walk thing with the stroller. I was like, as they grow older, they have more demands. They are more movable and they would see me jumping around here and there and they would just try to. It was just really cute. But now they're completely movable. He cannot really jump yet, but she can jump like a pro. She jumps like it's nothing. And when she sees me starting working out, sorry guys, I just have to make sure she's down. yeah, when she sees mommy jumping around, she wants to join. And it's really cute the way she does it. And sometimes I'm scared I'm gonna kick them or push them without knowing they're around because they're too close. But I also want them to know that moving your body is important. And from the other 3 boys, when I was doing T25, nobody was really, I think my youngest, the 3rd boy, I think he few times he would join me, but he gets tired really easily. But they know this is what helps mommy to stay healthy and not necessarily lose weight, but make those muscles tight back again. I realized, I don't know if that happened to other people who had twins before, but I had 3 babies, and what I realized after the twins is, I mean, of course, after you give birth for the first time, your body is not the same anymore. Like your hip bones are a bit wider for the baby canal for the baby to come out, and then you're not the same anymore. And with my first, because he was a really, really big baby, I mean, I'm not joking, guys, he was a really big baby, and I was quite skinny before that, and tiny bone, and kind of like, tall, but like my bones are light and thin. And so he basically, what he did is, where the rib cage is, on the bottom, where the lady's rib cage is, on the bottom of the rib cage, there is a bone that just sticks out a little bit, where they meet the last pair of bones. And so that thing turned like this way. It turned like this. And so I can touch it. And I found out in Belfast, when we were living in Belfast. I found out that, and maybe it was like that since he was inside of me and right after birth too, but I didn't notice. And then I started touching it, and I was like, this is really weird feeling. It doesn't hurt, but it just feels really weird. And so I went to a doctor, what do you call it, GP, general practitioner, GP, sorry. I went to the GP that we were visiting for the immunizations of our firstborn. And he told me it's because of the baby, that when he was inside, he probably was really high up because he was a big baby, and then he the bone to make space for the baby turned outward. And so it's really weird. It's like this little bowl you can touch with your finger through the skin. It's just really anyway. So what happened with the twins, I think, and then after with my second and third, it was fine. My body was fine. But what I noticed with the third, with this pregnancy, with those 2, is that my rib cage in general, and I think it widened. It's wider now. Like, I'm not as thin as before, I feel like, judging from how I remember my body before and how is it now. It's just like your body pretty much deforms and takes the shape of what can accommodate 2 babies. And interestingly enough, he was the bigger guy, and so and it happened that he was on the top, and my little baby girl was on the bottom, and so inside of my tummy. So he was towards the end, I thought he's gonna kill me. Like, I thought if he kicks towards my heart, that's it, that's gonna be it. And he was just big, and they didn't have much space at all. And the doctor insisted, no, 38 weeks, at least 38 weeks, we have to have 38 weeks. And I'm like, if I survive it, it'll be nice. But I remember him when he kicks and he moves, he stretches, because he wants to, but there's no space. I felt like I cannot take a breath, like my lungs go up. And so I think in general my rib cage kind of like widened, and to make more space, so the whole body changed. And I think that messed up the hip bones, that also, when one thing is affected, everything in the body gets affected. Like how you walk, how The hip bones were complete mess. I would be jogging here around those fields with my boys in the spring. They were born in January, so the spring. We would be jogging here, we'll be hiking here, those mountains in the back. And it was hurting me every step to walk. So at some point it hurt so bad that I was like, boys, that's it. I don't think I can do it. I think they had 2 weeks of lockdown because of the corona. So that was it. 2 weeks of their father had to close his after school whatever for 2 weeks, and so he could stay with the babies in the morning, and so the boys and I would go out and jog or just walk or hike, move the body. And at first I was really pumped up to jog, but you know what, I was not in a good shape at all. I didn't wear those belts that tie to your hips afterwards. I didn't wear that. I mean, I didn't even think about my body much of recover or anything, because my focus, my everything was on the babies. They were so cute. They were so demanding. I would just hug them and they would sleep on my chest, and I don't want to let go. I just don't want to let go. They were so cute. I was completely and entirely consumed and love for them. It's just so amazing. And I didn't care if I were bleeding for a month. I don't even remember anything about anything. I just remember it was really hard to go to take a shower at night. Yeah, it was really painful. But I would bathe them and take care of them first, and then I would go and do it, take care of my body. But it was just, and I was sleeping on the couch in a sleeping in a sitting position, just my legs elevated, and they were next to me in the crib. It was hard, you guys. It was really hard. But main point, workout helps to move your body, and after the blob I've become after them, because everything is released, there is no more babies inside, so the whole body goes like blob. And so I cannot really recover from that. And I'm pretty sure if I were maybe 20 something, it would be better. But now that I'm 40, the skin is different. The bones are I do a workout now with strengthener. I put like a tight thing around my left knee, because my left knee is completely busted. I still can move it. I can walk, I can probably jog, but at some point when I do like a sudden position, like I'm lean to the left or the right, it just hurts so bad. And when I go down on my knees, because in Japan do a lot of things down on the floor and like fold my laundry and stuff, it's not comfortable feeling at all. So I have to get up and move a little bit and then go back down again, and it's just really, really uncomfortable feeling. And so not to bust it too hard, I strengthen it. And my motto is move your bones and your body until your last breath, because otherwise, not good. I think moving your body is health. And somebody pointed it earlier this week. I was listening to somebody on YouTube, and there are lots of people who share their opinion about the scriptures. And how it says in Genesis, in the very, very beginning, that in the Bible, in the Old Testament, that God created a man and a woman, and then after they were kicked out from the Garden of Eden because of the choice they made, which was part of the whole plan of salvation that we know about, which explains where we come from and why we're here and what's next after this life. Anyways, the emphasis was on the fact that man was created, and when he was out of the Garden of Eden, and this is what we know now, he was to provide for his family with the sweat on his with his sweat reap his harvest. And I was thinking, that, and so the person that was sharing that pointed out, like we were meant to work out. I don't think, you still need those people behind desks and computers and stuff so that we can have those administration services done too. But I think those people who work with the land and plant rice and literally sweat, and the sweat comes down their eyebrows, like my grandparents and my dad's place, they did that, and they canned everything that was extra, and it was just great. And they were happy people. They were really happy, and they were not like intense like the people in the city. They were not like provocative or like sharp or snappy or any of that. I always felt peaceful being there, being close to the land, to the ground, to the dirt, planting, taking care of the plants, seeing the labor of the fruits of your labor. It does something to you, And so I try to do that as well, because that's a form of moving your body too. But anyways, main point is workout is important, you guys. Work out as much as you can. I know it's easy to just sink like a blob on your sofa, your couch, and turn on the TV or stare at your phone and scroll down endlessly. But think about your body too. It's part of who you are. And if you don't feel comfortable in your body, do something about it. For me also, working out gets me to release the steam that I have inside, meaning anger, because I live with a lot of anger in this place because of a lot of factors, but pretty much I feel like a prisoner here, and or let's say like a very low paid employee, whatever you call it. But I live for my kids, and to be able to assist them and help them and be around them longer, I need this body to keep going. And so another motivation for me is just get all that anger and that steam out with working out. It helps. It does. I really remember I liked in the Suits show. It's one of my favorite shows. I know the language is really bad. They say the SHIT word like all the time for everything. But I like the blondie. What was her name? Williams. What was her name? Anyways, she was Zayn's protege, so she likes the boxing. So she, every time when she goes and she feels the steam, she goes on the ring and she just box. And I was like, yep, I can feel it. I feel you. I know how it feels, and it feels good. Otherwise it would just explode. And so yeah, work out as much as you can, guys. That's my tip for the day. And I will say bye-bye.